So we're going to talk about changing material thickness in QCAD, or I'm sorry, in Sheetcam here. So Sheetcam, you always select the material that you're going to be cutting on when you're selecting when you're making your G code, because the G code is ultimately going to determine what what speed your table runs at, and with plasma, speed is directly correlated to its ability to cut through the thickness of a certain material. So the thicker the material, the slower the plasma cutter is going to have to go. So that being said, let's go ahead and talk about that. So when we first bring in, we bring in our DXF. I know I'm rapidly moving this thing around, but we bring in our DXF into here. And then what we'll do is we'll go down to operations. Now I got a couple extra things in here. Operation, and this is what we do to, decide what toolpath is going to be on here. So when we're adjusting for a thickness of material, we're adjusting really the tool of it, because our tool is all based on thickness. So 22 gauge, 20 gauge, 18, 16, 14, 10, so on and so forth. And if you're looking for actual variations on that measurement, I would suggest looking them up on Google if you can, to find the exact measurement for 22, 10, and so on and so forth in terms of gauge thicknesses of material, because then you can actually start to understand what those thicknesses mean and how they correlate in response with regards to the feed rate, thickness and feed rate. All right, so I made that a little technical here, but let's go ahead and just say in this case we're going to cut on 10 gauge mild steel. That's about 1/8 of an inch here. We got 3/16, 1/4 inch, and that's all it is we're saying this is the thickness of my material. Okay, cool. I'm going to go ahead and do that. We're going to go 16 gauge on here. All right, we get that all set. 16 gauge. All right, and it already knows to set my pattern that way. It already knows to set my tool paths that way, and I'm able to successfully cut because of it. So just take that into consideration as you're working with your material. You change the thickness of your material here in your tool setting. You choose the tool to match the thickness, and then the rest of it will be auto-programmed by this Sheetcam program. So from there, I will go ahead and leave you to it. If you have questions, shoot me a call. Thank you.